What's going on, YouTube family? This is Michael here at 3D Print Everything, and I got something cool to show you here. So I started working with a professional metal plater, and we can, through this new contact now, metal plate parts. So this is a copper plating. And the client just wanted, so this is actually for a job, this isn't like a test or anything. The client wanted stronger parts than just regular 3D printing. So you can see here, like, I can easily move this. This is polycarbonate, I believe, which is a pretty decently strong temperature chemical resistant material. But it does have, I mean, just on its shape, it has some bend to it. You know, if I really cranked, it looks like this thing will break. But on this guy, I mean, that's everything I have, and it's just not even deforming. You know, I could definitely put this in a vise and break it, but I feel like I can literally crush this one by hand, and I cannot crush this at all. So this process, it is an expensive process. It isn't easy to do. I don't necessarily recommend you attempt to do it. There's plenty of DIY videos on how to do it. Electroplating has been around for a long time. But let me just talk a little bit about this. So here, essentially the process is you coat these with a metal based spray paint, and then you have to apply a contact point if you don't already have one, and then it'll get dipped into a tank and electricity will get run through that way. Actually, I think it goes from the metal. So like, this is copper, right? So there's palladium, which is really expensive, and like a big chunk of like pure actual copper, not like copper wire from your electric motors or anything. And then he lets it sit for an hour and a half, and you know, that copper plate with the electricity running through it pulls the copper through the bath and everything, and then onto the part. So if you've got it faced like this, and you got, let's say this is your copper plate in here, all that's going to get sucked over and be real heavy on this finish and do a little light on this finish. So obviously the parts were black and it didn't fully coat on the inside here at that hour and a half, but over here we can see at, what is this, 2.5 hours, we get a bit better. You know, we're filling in a lot of these lines and we get an even stronger part. So like this one, these quite strong. This one, I can actually move this one a little bit, see? So at the hour and a half, it's movable, but at 2.5 hours, it literally feels like a chunk of metal that I can't move now. So this is quite impressive. And this will sand, this will polish. As you can see here, this wasn't sanded, just lightly buffed, and it came out really nice. And then this was just a quick buffing wheel, and this came out really nice. And these are just super strong. So this is really neat. And then you can of course get something chrome polished. So this would be a chrome application that you then polish afterwards. So there's a good bit of labor that goes into the polishing of like those parts. But yeah, this is a really interesting process. So we'll see what the client thinks of these parts. We'll see what we can do with this in the future. If you got any ideas of like a really good part that you would love to see metal plated, let me know. You know, could be a you know, some type of chrome Star Wars helmet, could be, you know, a different part or something. You know, obviously smooth layer lines, even resin prints would be better. But you know, you can take an FDM print and fully polish it. But yeah, these are really cool. I mean, the strength has definitely added. Everything here I'm pretty impressed with. So just showing you, wanted to share this. I thought this was cool. If you need anything metal plated, feel free to contact me and we can help you out. Just an idea of price. These were around the $5 to $10 range. This was around the $10 to $25 range per part, and this was in the like $25 to $30 range. So with the sanding and extra time put on it. So you know, it's not too expensive. It is costly. The palladium is like the most expensive part of this, but you can do it, you know, copper, nickel. You can get a really nice polished nickel finish. chrome finish. You can get a 24 karat gold finish. Pretty much whatever you want can be done with this process. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, feel free to contact me. 3D prints everything at gmail.com. Website 3dprinteverything.net. Like, share, subscribe, show other people this neat process. This isn't, your DIY video on how to do it and, showing you how to metal plate a ring. This is a vat big enough to literally metal plate that entire box if he wanted to. So he's been doing this for a long time. He was telling me a 1 gallon chunk of palladium is upwards of 6,000 to 8,000 right now. So the process is pretty expensive, as he was explaining to me. But awesome, guys. Well, have a good day. Hopefully you enjoyed this and learned something new.